The aliens laughed again. They always laughed when the human walked past. He kept his head down and moved faster, pretending not to hear the words thrown at him: weak, soft bones, short life, useless species. The human's name was Evan in the wide metal halls of the Zarkin mining station. Evan was the lowest worker. He cleaned waste tunnels, fixed broken cables, and carried heavy scrap that aliens did not want to touch. The aliens believed humans were born to serve. They said humans had no claws, no thick skin, no natural weapons. They said humans survived only because stronger species allowed it. Evan heard it all every day. One tall alien commander stopped him in the corridor. Its eyes glowed yellow as it looked down at Evan, careful. "Little human," the alien said, its voice full of mockery. "One wrong move and your fragile body will break." The other aliens laughed loudly. Evan said nothing. He had learned long ago that silence kept him alive, but inside something burned, not anger alone. Something deeper, something old. That same day, the station supervisor sent Evan on a new task. Sector 9, the machine voice said. Abandoned zone, low priority, high radiation. The aliens smiled when they heard it. Sector 9 was a dead place. Old ships drifted there, forgotten, broken. Dangerous. No alien wanted to go. They sent the human instead of in. Boarded a small service shuttle alone. As the station lights faded behind him, the darkness of space opened wide. Sector 9 was silent, too silent. The shuttle sensors flickered. Strange readings filled the screen. Power signals that should not exist. Evan frowned. That area was marked empty for centuries. Then he saw a massive ship floated ahead, dark and damaged. Its shape was unlike any alien design. Evan had seen it. Looked old, ancient, almost alive. The shuttle autoscan failed to identify it. No alien markings, no known metal, no signal language. Van felt his heart beat faster. Just a cleanup job, he whispered to himself. But the closer he got, the more wrong it felt. He docked with difficulty and stepped inside. The air was thin but breathable. Lights flickered weakly along the walls. Dust covered everything. This ship had been sleeping for a very long time. Evan walked deeper. His footsteps echoed through long halls. Then something strange happened. The lights turned on by one. Panels glowed softly as he passed. Like the ship knew he was there. Evan stopped. His breathing slowed. "No," he whispered. "This can't be real." A low hum filled the air. Gentle but powerful symbols appeared on the walls. Not alien, not human as Evan knew it, but somehow familiar. His chest felt tight. Images flashed in his mind. Stars burning, fleets moving, humans standing tall beside giants. Evan staggered back. "What is this place?" he asked. "The empty hall." "The ship," responded. A door opened at the far end. Behind it was a chamber. Sealed by a glowing barrier in the center, floated something dark and silent. Armor, not broken, not rusty, perfect. It looked heavy and sharp, built for war, but also beautiful. Evan stepped closer. The barrier pulsed. A warning symbol appeared. But it was not telling him to stay away. It was asking a question. "Are you human?" Evan's hands shook. "Yes," he said quietly. The barrier vanished the moment he crossed the threshold. Pain struck his body. He fell to his knees as energy surged through the room outside the ship. Alarms triggered across Sector 9. Alien sensors screamed warnings. Unknown power source detected. Ancient technology activated back on the mining station. Aliens stared at their screens in confusion. "That sector is empty," one said, but the readings kept rising inside the chamber. Evan gasped for air. The armor moved slightly. Reacting to his presence, lines of light ran across its surface, and a voice spoke, not aloud, but inside his mind. Human detected. Legacy protocol active. Evan looked up in fear and wonder. Armor slowly turned toward him, and somewhere across the galaxy, something long forgotten had finally awakened. Evan lay on the cold floor of the ancient chamber. His body shook as strange energy moved through him. The pain was sharp at first, like fire under his skin. Then it slowly changed into something else, something warm. Something strong. The voice returned inside his mind. Do not fear. Evan tried to speak, but his lips barely moved. What are you? He whispered. The armor floated closer, its dark surface opening slightly. Lights formed patterns that felt almost alive. I'm legacy. I am memory. I am protection. Evan pushed himself up to one knee. Why me? He asked. I am nothing. The armor paused. Then images filled his mind. Again humans standing against monsters twice there. Size humans bleeding, but still moving forward. Humans protecting. Worlds that were not their own. You are. Human, that is enough. Evan felt his heart pound slowly. The armor opened fully. Plates separated and hovered in the air, each piece glowing softly without touching him. The armor began to move. One piece, locked onto his chest pane, returned for a moment, his metal bonded to flesh. Not cutting, not crushing, but merging. Evan screamed. Then the pain vanished. His breathing became steady, stronger. Another piece wrapped around his arm. Then his legs. Then his back. He felt taller. He felt heavier. He felt powerful. Outside the ship, alien patrol drones entered Sector 9. They followed the energy signals straight to the ancient vessel. This is impossible, one alien officer said over the channel. No tech should survive this long. Inside, Evan stood slowly as the final piece of armor sealed around his head. The helmet formed. Last darkness covered his vision. Then light exploded. Data streamed before his eyes. Stars, maps, warnings, systems he did not understand, but somehow knew. His senses changed. He could hear the hum of the ship. Like a heartbeat, he could feel the movement of space around him. He could sense the drones. Approaching threat. Detected the armor, said. Evan's hands clenched. What do I do? He asked. Stand. The chamber walls shifted. A hidden platform rose beneath his feet. The ship woke fully. Lights across its hull ignited. Ancient weapon systems powered up after centuries of sleep. Alien drones fired first energy blasts, struck the ship. They did nothing inside. Evan felt no fear, only calm. A targeting mark appeared in his vision. He lifted his hand without thinking. A pulse of light shot from his palm. Outside, one drone vanished into dust. The remaining drones stopped. Alien voices filled the channel with panic. That weapon signature, one shouted. It matches no known species inside the armor. Evan whispered. I did that? Yes, the armor replied, but the ship suddenly shook. A stronger signal. Approached. An alien patrol cruiser dropped out of warp nearby. Human life form detected, the alien captain said coldly. Surrender immediately. Evan remembered the laughter. Insults. The days of silence. He remembered cleaning alien waste while they mocked his weak body. His hands trembled. I don't want to fight, he said. You are not fighting. The armor replied. You are surviving. The cruiser fired. A massive blast hit the ancient ship. This time the impact was real. Warning signals flashed. Evan was thrown against the wall. Pain returned. Stop, he shouted. Please stop. The aliens did not listen. They never had. The armor reacted faster than Evan could think. Thrusters activated. The ship moved fast, faster than any alien vessel nearby. The cruiser missed its next shot. Evan struggled to stay standing. What is happening? He asked. Escape protocol engaged. The ship burst forward, leaving the cruiser behind. In seconds inside the armor, Evan felt tears forming. Was not running anymore. He was being carried back on the mining station. Alarms screamed. Unknown human vessel detected. Power levels exceeding alien maximum. The supervisor stared in disbelief. That is impossible, he said. Humans don't have that technology. Far away. The ancient ship slowed. Evan collapsed to his knees again. Armor loosened slightly to let him breathe. Why did humans forget this? Evan asked quietly. The answer came slowly. They did not forget. They chose to sleep. Images showed humans hiding their power, leaving the galaxy. Behind trusting that others would grow kinder, Evan felt anger rise. They were wrong. He said the armor agreed yes. Suddenly, a new alert appeared. Multiple alien fleets changing course. Bounty signal issued. Human threat classified. Evan looked up. They are coming for me. They are coming for humanity, the armor corrected. The ship turned toward deep space, toward places no alien map showed, and Evan realized something terrifying. This armor did not make him special. It simply reminded the galaxy what humans truly were. The ancient ship moved silently through deep space. Stars passed like slow lights around its inside. Evan sat against the wall, trying to understand what he had become. The armor still covered his body, quiet now, like it was watching and waiting. He was no longer shaking. His fear had not vanished, but it had changed. It was sharper, smarter. The armor spoke again. Multiple signals approaching. Evan looked up. More aliens? He asked. Yes. Have shared your image. A hologram appeared in front of Evan. It showed security footage from the mining station. Humans standing inside a ship of impossible power. Aliens across nearby systems were watching, laughing. At first, this is a trick, one alien said. Human cannot control ancient technology, another mocked. Evan clenched his fists. They still think I am weak, he whispered. They think you are alone, the armor replied. Suddenly, space around the ship, then 3 alien warships dropped out of warp. They were large, covered in weapons, filled with soldiers trained to kill. A broadcast signal opened. The alien commander appeared on screen. His face showed no fear, only pride. Human, the commander said. Power does not change what you are. Other aliens laughed behind him. You will kneel like the rest of your kind. Evan stood slowly. His legs felt steady, strong. I don't want to kneel, he said calmly. The aliens laughed louder. The commander raised his claw. Fire. He ordered. The warships attacked together. Space lit up with energy beams. Evan felt the armor respond instantly. His vision slowed. Time stretched. He could see every shot. Can we survive this? Evan asked. Yes, but survival is not enough. The armor released control. Slightly show them. Evan took a step forward. The ship did not move. Instead, Evan moved. The armor opened a chamber around him. A platform formed. Evan stood in open space. No ship, no shield, just a human in ancient armor. Aliens froze. What is he doing? One shouted. Evan raised his hand. Energy gathered slowly, not violent, not rushed. Then he released it. A single wave passed through space. One warship lost power completely. It drifted helplessly. The second tried to flee. Wave reached it too. Its weapons shut down. The third ship fired in panic. The blast hit Evan directly. The armor absorbed it. Evan did not move across alien networks. Silence spread. A human had stood in open space and survived. The commander's voice shook. This is impossible. Evan looked directly into the camera. You mocked us because we stayed quiet, he said. You mocked us because we chose peace. His voice was calm, but silence was never weakness. The broadcast cut suddenly. Alien emergency channels exploded with panic. Human sightings increased. Ancient signals detected. Old ruins activating. The galaxy began to change. Inside the armor, Evan felt something new, not power, responsibility. What if they come for other humans? He asked. They already are, the armor answered. Images appeared. Human colonies being watched. Hidden worlds scanned. Fear spreading. Evan's chest tightened. They will punish everyone for me. No, the armor replied. They fear what you represent. Evan looked at his hands. Still human, still scarred. I never wanted to be a symbol, he said. History never asks permission. The ancient ship returned around him. He stepped back inside. Alarm sounded. Again a much larger signal appeared. Not 3 ships, hundreds. A full alien fleet changing direction. Evan swallowed. This is war, he said. No, the armor corrected. This is awakening far away. Unforgotten human worlds. Old machines stirred. Hidden armors waited. The galaxy had laughed at humans for two. Long now it was watching, and it was afraid the ancient ship turned toward the stars, toward the coming storm. And Evan understood the truth. The armor did not make him dangerous. It reminded everyone else that humans always had been. The ancient ship moved into a silent region of space stars, or far apart here. Like the galaxy itself was holding its breath. Evan stood alone in the command chamber. The armor felt heavier now, not because of weight, but because of truth. The voice returned, slower and deeper than before. You must understand. Wall of light formed in front of Evan. Images appeared, clearer than ever. Not memories. Records the galaxy thousands of years ago. Human ships filled the stars. Not small, not weak, but powerful and calm. Humans stood beside other species. Not rulers, not slaves, but guardians. They defended trade routes, stopped wars, protected young civilizations. Evan watched humans fight creatures that no alien record ever mentioned, beings of pure destruction, dark fleets that consumed systems. They came from beyond the galaxy. The armor explained. Humans stood in their way. They did not win easily. Millions died, worlds burned, but humans held the line. Evan felt pain in his chest. We were heroes. He whispered, no, the armor corrected you, were protectors. The images changed. Alien leaders, gathered in secret fear, filled their faces. They watched human fleets grow stronger with every battle. Humans adapted, learned, improved. The aliens were no longer grateful. They were afraid. They feared us. Evan said yes. The next image made Evan step back. Humans leaving the stars. One by one they dismantled fleets, buried weapons, sealed armors, and forgotten ships. Evan clenched his fists. Why would we do that? Because humans chose mercy. The armor showed the final truth. Humans believed power would corrupt the galaxy, believed other species deserved to grow without fear. They trusted the aliens. So humans erased their own history, let others write the story, and the aliens rewrote it. Humans became weak. Humans became servants. Humans became a joke. Evan felt anger rise like fire. They lied about us. Yes, and we let them. Evan said. Silence followed. An alarm sounded again, this time closer, much closer. Alien fleet entering this region. Evan turned sharply. How many? He asked. The answer appeared in numbers, thousands. His breath caught. That's not fear, he said. That's hatred. It is desperation. The ship shook as long-range scans showed the fleet spreading out. They don't want to capture me. Evan realized. They want to erase everything, including the truth. Evan paced slowly. I'm just one human, he said. I can't fight all of this. The armor responded calmly. You are not alone anymore. A new signal appeared, faint at first, then stronger. Human signals, hidden colonies responding, old beacons activating, forgotten languages waking up. Evan watched tears fill his eyes. They're hearing us, he said. They have always been listening. Suddenly the armor tightened. Critical alert. A powerful alien vessel broke from the fleet, different from the rest. Black massive command ship. A message forced its way through. An alien leader appeared, older, smarter, angrier. You should never have touched that armor, the alien said. You have reopened wounds. Evan stared back. You buried us, he replied. The alien hissed. You are too dangerous to exist. Evan answered quietly. No, we were too kind. The alien's eyes narrowed. Prepare to die. Human. The transmission cut the ship. Trembled weapons powered up across the alien fleet. Evan felt the armor react, not with rage, but with readiness. Is the moment the armor said. Evan closed his eyes. He was still the same human, still afraid, still uncertain. But now he knew the galaxy was built on a lie, and lies do not survive the truth. Ancient ship turned to face the fleet, and far across the stars, other ancient armors began to wake. Alien fleet moved like a dark storm. Thousands of ships spread across the stars, blocking every escape path. Inside the ancient ship, Evan stood still. He could feel the fear in his chest. But now it was not only his fear, it was shared across space, across hidden worlds. The armor spoke softly human signals a rising Evan looked at. The glowing map small lights appeared one by one human colonies, forgotten stations, lost worlds. They survived. Evan whispered they endured on a distant mining moon. A human woman stopped working. She felt something pull at her chest deep underground. An old sealed chamber began to shake on a water world. A human child looked up at the sky and smiled, not knowing why across the galaxy. Ancient systems woke from long sleep-hidden armors, responded not to Evan, but to humanity, back with Evan. The alien command ship moved forward. The alien leader's voice echoed again. Humans. It said, "You were spared once." Evan stepped closer to the console. "We were erased." He replied. The alien laughed. "You were allowed to live." Evan's voice hardened. "Living without truth is not living." The channel closed. The alien fleet charged weapons. Stars began to glow with power. Evan felt the armor tighten, more armors activating. Suddenly, new signals appeared near Evan's ship. Not alien, human, small ships, old designs, some barely holding together. Evan stared. "They came," he said in disbelief. "They always come," the armor replied. A human voice broke through the channel, unclear, nervous. "This is colony ship Dawn Shelter." The voice said, "We don't know how to fight, but we won't hide anymore." Another voice followed. "This is Station Grey Rock. We remember the old stories." More voices joined, broken accents, different languages, but the same words. "We are human." Evan closed his eyes. For the first time in his life, he was not alone. The alien fleet paused. Confusion spread. "They are weak," alien officers shouted. "They have no chance." But fear had entered their voices, because humans were not running. Evan activated the broadcast. He appeared on screens across the battlefield, not as a god, as a king, just a human in ancient armor. "We were silent because we believed in peace." Evan said, "We were mocked because we chose kindness." His voice stayed calm. But kindness is not weakness. Human ships moved forward, slow, uneven, imperfect. But together the first alien shot was fired. A human ship was hit. It exploded. Silence followed. Then something unexpected happened. The human ships did not retreat. They moved closer, faster. Evan felt his heart pound. "They will die," he whispered. "They already decided." The armor replied. Evan raised his hand. Ancient systems answered. A massive shield formed in front of the human fleet. Alien weapons slammed into it, and failed. Shock spread across alien channels. "That shield," one shouted. "It is human." Evan strained. The armor was powerful, but not endless. Sweat ran down his face. "This won't hold forever," he said. "It only needs to hold long enough." Suddenly, deep space rippled. Something enormous arrived. Not alien, human, and ancient. Human battleship emerged, covered in old symbols, alive with power. Then another and another. The galaxy trembled. The alien leader screamed orders. "Destroy them now." But fear had already won. Evan felt it. The moment when the galaxy realized the truth. Humans were never gone. They were waiting. Ancient ship moved beside the human fleet. Evan looked at the stars ahead. The final battle was coming, and this time humanity would not stand alone. The stars burned with light. Human and alien fleets faced each other across open space. No one spoke. No one laughed. This was not a battle for territory. This was a battle for truth. Inside the ancient ship, Evan stood at the center of the command chamber. His breathing was slow. His hands were steady. Fear still lived inside him, but it no longer controlled him. The armor spoke. Enemy weapons charging across the battlefield. Alien ships began to glow massive. Cannons aligned. Missile bays opened. Energy fields pulsed. Alien leader appeared one last time on the shared channel. "You chose extinction." The alien said. Evan answered calmly, "No, you chose to test us." The alien fleet fired. Space exploded into chaos. Energy beams crossed the stars. Missiles burned like falling suns. Shockwaves tore through the darkness. Human ships were hit. Some shattered instantly. Lives were lost. Evan felt every loss like a cut in his chest. "They're dying," he whispered. "They are standing the armor," replied. Human ships did not retreat. They adjusted, they adapted. They protected one another. Ancient human battleships moved forward. Their weapons were different. Louder, not brighter, but precise. Alien ships began to fail. Systems shut down, shields collapsed, formations broke, confusion spread through the alien fleet. They shouldn't be able to do this. Alien commanders shouted, but humans had always learned fast. An alien strike group broke through and rushed toward the weaker human ships. Evan saw too fast, too many. "Turn them back," he said. The armor hesitated. "Cost will be high." Evan did not look away. "Do it," he said. The ancient ship surged forward. Evan felt pain tear through his body. Energy poured from the armor. A massive wave expanded outward. Alien strike group vanished. So did part of the ancient ship's systems. Warning symbols filled Evan's vision. Power levels critical. Structural damage. He fell to one knee. Blood ran from his nose. "You're hurting," he whispered. "This is what I was made for." The armor replied. Nearby, a human battleship took a fatal hit. Its captain opened a final channel. "We hold them here," the captain said. "Tell Earth we remembered who we are." The ship detonated, blocking an entire alien advance. Evan closed his eyes. More humans stepped forward. Small ships, old ships that should not survive battle. They fought anyway, not because they were ordered, but because they chose to. The alien leader screamed in rage. "Why won't you break?" Evan answered softly, "Because we already did, and we survived." The turning point came suddenly. Alien formations collapsed. Orders conflicted. Fear spread faster than commands. Some alien ships tried to flee. Others fired blindly. Human forces pressed forward, not with hate, but with resolve. Inside the ancient ship, the armor dimmed. Its voice weakened. Energy nearly exhausted. Evan steadied himself against the wall. "Stay with me," he said. "One final action remains." A new option appeared before Evan's sacrifice protocol. He understood immediately. "This will end the war," he said. "It will end this battle," the armor replied. Evan looked at the human fleet, at the ships still fighting, still believing. "Then it's enough," he said. He stepped forward. The ancient ship moved to the center of the battlefield. Every sensor locked onto Italian and human alike. Evan raised his hand. Light gathered, not violent, not angry, pure. The galaxy seemed to pause. The next moment would decide everything. Ancient ship stood at the center of the battlefield. Light gathered around it like a rising star. Every weapon stopped firing. Alien and human ships alike watched in silence inside the armor. Evan felt his body grow weak. His hands trembled. His breath was heavy. The armor spoke one last time. "This action will drain all remaining power. The legacy will sleep again." Evan nodded. "What happens to me?" he asked. There was a pause. "You will live as a human." Evan smiled faintly. "That's enough," he said. He raised his hand fully. The light expanded outward, not like a weapon, but like a wave of truth. Alien ships froze in place. Their systems shut down one by one. Weapons when silent shields collapsed. Engines died across the battlefield. Alien crews stared in fear. They were not destroyed. They were stopped. The wave continued, passing through space. Fleets through command networks across the galaxy. Alien leaders felt a presence they had buried long ago. Human, the alien command ship tried to resist. Its engines flare, then failed. The alien leader screamed as his screens went dark. "No," he shouted. "This cannot be allowed." But it already had. The light faded. The ancient ship went dark. Silence filled the stars inside the chamber. Evan collapsed. The armor unlocked slowly. Plate by plate it fell away, gently, not broken, just resting. Evan lay on the floor, breathing alive. Human ships rushed forward. Signals still present. One captain said, "He's alive." A rescue team boarded the ancient ship. They found Evan unconscious. No armor, no power, just a human. When Evan woke, he was in a simple medical bay. Human hands worked around him. Human voices spoke softly. "You did it," someone whispered. Evan closed his eyes. Weeks passed. The galaxy changed. Alien fleets were ordered to stand down. Investigations began. Old records were Uncovered hidden truths exposed human history, returned to the stars on world after world. Aliens watched old footage humans fighting monsters humans. Saving systems humans, choosing mercy shame spread, respect followed Evan. Stood before a galactic council, no armor, no weapons, only scars. An alien representative spoke carefully. We were wrong. It said, we mistook silence for weakness. Evan answered calmly. We mistook trust for safety. The council fell silent. New laws were written. Humans were no longer servants, no longer mocked, no longer erased. Ancient armors were sealed again. Not destroyed. Waiting. Evan returned to a quiet human world. He walked under open sky, no cheers, no titles, just peace. A child ran past him and laughed. Evan smiled far away. Deep in forgotten space, ancient systems slept, but they were not gone, because the galaxy now knew one truth: humans were never weak. They were patient, and patience, when tested, can shake the stars.